Welcome to Bangla City SATV News. This is Noor Alamin with the headlines. Government is consciously pushing Khaleda Zia to her death, complained Misa at Press Club today. Students' protest continues against road mismanagement, demand for foot-over bridge with implementations of 11 points. 14-day quarantine has been made mandatory for returnees from 7 African countries to prevent new corona variant Omicron. BNP Secretary General Misa has accused the government of deliberately pushing Begum Khaleda Zia to her death. He made the allegation at a rally in front of the National Press Club this morning. The rally was organized by nationalist Krishok Dol to demand the release of Khaleda Zia and her medical treatment abroad. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir was the chief guest. He alleged that the government was depriving Begum Khaleda Zia to her right to medical treatment by saying that she would be kept in jail in a completely fake case. The agitating students will display red cards and cartoons against mismanagement and corruptions on roads. They will hold the program on Rampura Road from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. tomorrow. Besides this, the students demanded the constructions of foot-over bridge on Rampura Gulshan Road, including implementations of 11-point demand. As part of the pre-arranged program, students stacked at a seat in Rampura Road around 11 a.m. today. The students also chanted slogans on various issues, including restoring order on road. They also said the movement will continue till their demands are met. A 14-day institutional quarantine has been made mandatory for those returning from 7 African countries to prevent the new type of coronavirus variant Omicron. Order will take effect from Saturday. The Civil Aviation Authority confirmed the information in an emergency directive yesterday night. Any passenger entering Bangladesh must have a corona test 48 hours before entry and bring a negative certificate as well. Concerns have been raised around the world about a new type of corona Omicron. This highly contagious type have already been identified in several countries, including India. Meanwhile, World Health Organization warned Asia-Pacific countries today to boost healthcare capacity and fully vaccinate their people to prepare for a surge in COVID-19 cases as the Omicron variant spreads globally despite the travel curbs. Khulna University of Engineering and Technology has been declared closed till December 13 due to the death of Professor Salim. The students were ordered to leave by the hall by 4 p.m. Decision was taken at the emergency syndicate meeting held this morning. A group of Kuwait Students League has been accused of blocking the Professor Salim and torturing him. After that, they returned home and fell ill. He died on the way to the hospital. CCTV footage showed the teacher blocking the way. The campus was abused with demands the expulsion and punishment of the BCL leaders responsible for Salim Hussein's death. Dholeshwar Hanafiya Jame Mosque, situated in Karaniganj on the outskirts of Dhaka, has won the Award of Merit in the 2021 UNESCO Asia Pacific Award for Cultural Heritage Conservation. Popularly known as Daroga Masjid, the mosque was constructed by Daroga Aminuddin Ahmed in 1868. UNESCO, the Asia Pacific Award for the Cultural Heritage Conservation Program, recognizes the effort of private individuals and organizations in restoring, conserving, transforming structures and building the district heritage value in the region. The project also garnered the special recognition for sustainable development as well. 9 projects from the 6 countries, Bangladesh, China, India, Japan, Malaysia, and Thailand have been honored by a jury of heritage experts under the awards, the event body said. Welcome back, and you are watching Bangla City SATV News. Elsewhere across the world, As scientists race to find out more about the Omicron variant, expert in South Africa says it appears to be reinfecting people at 3 times the rate of the previous strain. New data collected by South Africa's National Institute for Communicable Disaster and the Center of the Epidemiological Modeling for the analysis also showed the Omicron can evade immunity from infection with earlier variant. This means previous COVID-19 infection doesn't provide natural immunity against Omicron. The country reported over 8,500 new cases on Wednesday, up the sum 4,000 the day before and 2,000 on Monday. In a joint statement released on Thursday, the United States, the United Kingdom, the European Union and Canada imposed further sanctions on Belarus, accusing the Lukashenko government of the human rights violations and orchestrating irregular migration at EU borders. The statement said that the group remained committed to supporting the democratic aspirations of the people of Belarus despite the government continued to push to silence them. In a latest round of the sanctions, the UK froze the assets of the OJSC, the state-owned, the Belarusian potash fertilizer producer, while at the US tightening its sanctions against the company after having already blacklisted them in August. The fresh sanctions aim to crack down on the Lukashenko government continued human rights, the violations, as well as the ongoing migration crisis along the Eastern European countries' border with Poland, Lithuania, and Latvia. Cyclone Jawad is approaching the coast of southern Odisha and northern Andhra Pradesh in India. The cyclone could hit early on Saturday morning. This may result in light to the heavy rainfall in Calcutta and some adjoining district in West Bengal. The meteorological department said the cyclone could cause a strong wind of 40 to 50 km per hour over the West Bengal. Fishing at sea has been banned since the Friday. The journey of 53 long-distance train has been cancelled. The Duchess of Sussex owned the latest stage in her privacy lawsuit against the British newspaper on Thursday, when the 3 senior judges ruled its publisher breaches her privacy by reproducing part of the letter she wrote to her estranged father. The Duchess, formerly known as American actress Meghan Markle, said the Court of Appeal ruling was a victory of right versus wrong. She issued a call for reshape a tabloid industry that has been long to the ban of both celebrities and the British royals as well. Britain High Court ruled in February that the publisher of the Mail on Sunday and the Mail online website unlawfully breached on the Meghan privacy, with the 5 articles that reproduced on a large chunk of them handwritten letter she went her father, Thomas Markle, after she married Prince Harry in 2018. In a statement, Meghan, 40, said the ruling was a victory not just for her but also the anyone who has ever felt scared to stand up for the what's right. Singer Nick Jonas is ready to follow his wife's footsteps and recently discusses his possible Bollywood debut. In an interview with media, the Disney star revealed that she wouldn't mind trying to fill a role in Indian movie. And all thanks to Priyanka Chopra, who introduced him to Indian music as well as film. Jonas also mentioned that he has developed the fondness for the Hindi music ever since they met Chopra and started listening to the tune at home. Jonas and Chopra tied at not an intimate yet the royal ceremony held at the palace in Jodhpur in 2018. New York City is known as Big Apple, but come holiday season, it's also known as its massive Christmas tree at the Rockefeller Center. And on Wednesday night, the crowds returned to the Midtown Manhattan for the 89th annual lighting for the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree, officially kicking off the holiday session of the usual fashion. This year's event was open for the general public for the first time since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. The massive tree was lit using more than 50,000 multicolored LED light, a 400-kilogram star with at least 70 spikes covered in the 3 million crystals. The 12-ton, 24-meter-tall Norway spurs will be displayed until early on January. Now sports news. The Pakistan cricket team has completed the second day's practice ahead of the test. The cricketers of the two teams are busy preparing for the last day. Pakistan has practiced in the academy field and Bangladesh has completed the preparation in the main field. Bangladesh and Pakistan will meet the second and the final test of the series tomorrow. The match will start at 10 a.m. in Mirpur. Bangladesh is behind at the series after losing the Chattogram test, so the hosts are desperate to turn around the last match. Michel Carrick excited Manchester United with a win as Cristiano Ronaldo surpassed 800 goals for club and country with a double to see off Arsenal 3-2 yesterday. Manchester United were unbeaten in the 3 consecutive matches in the league. Manchester United are not having a good time at all with just 2 wins against 5 defeats in the last 9 matches. Bruno Fernandes made his 100th appearance for the club, equalizing for Manchester United at the end of the first time of the half. After the break, Portuguese star Cristiano Ronaldo took the sim. He scored the 800th goal of his career as only the footballer. His team Manchester United took the lead. Before ending, we go through Euro-Bangla City SATV News headlines again. Government is consciously pushing Khaleda Zia to her death, complained Misa at Press Club today. Students' protest continues against road mismanagement, demand for foot-over bridge with implementation of 11 points. 14-day quarantine has been made mandatory for returnees from 7 African countries to prevent new corona variant Omicron. You are up to date with the Euro-Bangla City SATV News, and to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.